What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the start of the New Orleans Saints franchise in Madden 25. I am super excited to bring this series to you guys. The New Orleans Saints are one of those teams where they experienced great success with Drew Brees and Sean Payton. They were winning games, division titles, they got a Super Bowl, and life looked good. And then, as with many franchises, the star quarterback retires and it goes downhill from there. The New Orleans Saints have not been able to figure it out since Drew Brees left. They've been in a salary cap prison almost, kind of prolonging the inevitable of pushing those contracts down the line, and it's just been difficult to get anything going. And that is why the 2025 offseason is going to be crucial for the New Orleans Saints. We get started with retirements. Now, Cam Jordan retired, a longtime veteran with the team. He has decided to call it a career after 14 years, and that will free up some cap space for us, which is a good thing, but his presence will definitely be missed. And another thing we need to do is clear up some more cap space. Derek Carr, thank you for your services, but 30.5 million, we just can't do that at a 70 overall normal dev trait player. Same with Taysom Hill and Tyrann Mathieu. A lot of these veterans who are on big contracts, unfortunately, will have to be cap casualties, and they will be released going into the 2025 season. Now, Chris Olave, that's an easy one. We're going to accept the 5th year option. No doubt about that. He's wide receiver 1 for us. Same with Paulson Adebo. I really wanted to get this guy signed up for the long term. He is our cornerback. He is one of our pillars on defense. We have him for a 4-year contract. He'll definitely grow for us, and he'll be showing up that back secondary for us as we progress through the franchise here. I wanted to try to sign Chase Young as well. It's a similar situation where he's 26 years old. Yes, he's only a 79 overall, but he has that star dev trait. He, however, did not want to resign. He will test out free agency. It is what it is, man. It kind of hurts, but you know, not much we can do. The Saints did struggle, and he wanted to walk away. Rashid Shaheed is a player that I definitely wanted to re-sign. He accepted the contract offer. I'm really happy about that. He's one of those players in Madden that's phenomenal. He's got a great speed, and we can definitely use him as a vertical threat. So him and Olave as the 1-2 wide receivers will definitely be a nice combination. I thought about franchise tagging Chase Young, but it was about 25 million for 1 year. Just, it didn't make sense considering a lot of great defensive players are in this upcoming draft. I think we could definitely get a replacement for him. I do have a plan for the draft. We'll dive into that a little bit closer to the NFL draft. Now let's take a look at our roster going into the 2025 season. The offensive line, it looks pretty good. We have some pretty good players lined up in front of our eventual rookie quarterback. Yes, we will be drafting a rookie quarterback in this year's NFL draft. Spencer Rattler, appreciate your services, but it just hasn't really worked out. Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, a really good 1-2 combo, as I said earlier. The tight end position is definitely something that I'd like to address. Foster Moreau, you know, he's not bad, but definitely not our tight end for the future. And Kendre Miller, he's actually a player that I'm very excited about. Yes, he's 75 overall normal dev trait, but he's only 23 years old. This guy can grow. If he puts together a couple of good seasons, good performances, he'll get a dev trait upgrade in no time. And I'm willing to give him a shot, man. We'll see. He may turn out to be our solidified RB1 going into this franchise. Now, the defensive side of the football. This will be my predominant focus in free agency. We do have some good young pieces though. Brian Bresee at the defensive line, Paulson Adebo, who we just extended, McKinstry at the other cornerback position. So we have some good players. I'm glad that Demario Davis was able to stick around for 1 more season. He'll be our captain and our leader in that linebacker position. So as I mentioned, free agency now. Defense is the #1 focus. We're going to go for Hufanga and Justin Simmons to be our safety duo in the backfield. I mean, if we can get both of them, that would make for an incredible tandem back there. And then I like Onwuzurike as well at defensive tackle, 75 overall, but he is only 27 years old. Star dev trait. Him and Bresee could actually have a good little 1-2 combo. And then I'm just looking for a veteran presence in Hassan Reddick. We need an edge rusher, and yes, we may draft an edge rusher in the draft, but having Reddick on the roster as well, just to kind of sub him in and be that mentor. And then Devin Bush as our kind of depth linebacker out on that left-hand side, definitely an upgrade from what we currently have. So luckily though, we were able to sign all 5 targets in the first evaluation period: Hufanga, Simmons, Reddick, Bush, and Onwuzurike. And yes, we did have to overpay for some of these guys, but for a player like Hufanga, who doesn't necessarily have the most interest, we were able to get the deal over the line by overpaying. We have the cap space to do it, and I mean, he's 25 years old. Lock him up for the safety for the future. You saw the Falcons, our NFC South rival, do the same thing when Jesse Bates became available. We're going to scoop up Hufanga. So I'm really pleased with that first evaluation period. Now for the second period, just wanted to bring in some depth players. So Jackson and Ertz are coming in. Jackson will be our slot corner. Ertz can be our backup tight end, or, you know, sub him out with Moreau. But I mean, after free agency, man, our defense is looking a lot better. I'm very happy with how the negotiations went. Simmons, Hufanga, McKinstry, and Adebo could definitely be one of the best secondaries in the NFC. And then we shored up our defensive line as well, getting Reddick and Wuzurike to partner up with Bresee and Granderson. And then Bush is there with Davis and Werner. So honestly, this as a defense, it looks pretty solid. We will be looking to draft some defensive players. We want to build up that young core. And speaking of the draft, here is the mock draft. So to my surprise, Quinn Ewers was the only quarterback going in the first round based on this mock draft, which I find pretty ridiculous. I mean, you have Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward. Teams that definitely need quarterbacks should be taking quarterbacks. We are right now projected to pick 9th. The mock draft had us picking a wide receiver. I have a plan in place for the draft. So yes, I want a quarterback, but I have a feeling that Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, and Quinn Ewers will not be available. That will leave Carson Beck, Jalen Milroe, and Jackson Dart. I don't think those guys are necessarily first round quarterbacks. I would like to take them in the second round, which means in the first round, I'm looking for a defensive player. Somebody like an Abdul Carter or a Jack Sawyer. If they're available, I want to go for them. And we can see right there, we take a look at the draft. Quinn Ewers is going to Cleveland, and then Shedeur is going to the Raiders, and Cam Ward is going to the Jets. So the mock draft was telling us one thing, but in reality, the teams decided to go in a different direction. I'm glad they ended up picking quarterbacks because we know those teams desperately need quarterbacks. And now our plan is coming into fruition. Carson Beck, Jalen Milroe, and Jackson Dart are the 3 quarterbacks remaining, which means I will be looking to trade down. I want to trade down a few spots where we can pick up our defensive player. As you can see here, Jack Sawyer and Abdul Carter are actually ranked 21st, 22nd, so they may still be on the board. It is a bit of a risk. I know they're game changers, you know, they're playmakers, they're really good players for the future. But if we can trade down, pick up another second round pick, and potentially flip that to go ahead and secure one of our quarterbacks, I think in the long run, that will pay dividends for the New Orleans Saints. So that's what we do right here. Made a deal with the Miami Dolphins, the 9th pick for the 13th, and then I threw in a 3rd and a 4th to get Miami 2nd at 45. I think we can, again, flip that pick along with some other draft picks to then get a higher pick in the second round where we can select our quarterback. So we'll now be selecting 13th. So I was a little bit nervous. Jack Sawyer's off the board, which means our other target, Abdul Carter, is still available. And I'm thinking there's no way the Cowboys select another number 11 edge rusher from Penn State. Do they pair up Carter with Parsons? That would be an incredible 1-2 tandem, but instead they take the defensive tackle, Nolan. So that means our main target, Abdul Carter, is still available, and that is who we'll be drafting in the first round. I know, listen, we need help with the New Orleans Saints. We need a quarterback, but I mean, this guy right here will be our edge rusher for the future. Hidden depth trait. He's an absolute stud. If you guys have watched tape on Abdul Carter this season, he can change the game single-handedly. So I'm really happy we were able to bring him in, and slowly but surely our plan is starting to work. So the first round is taken care of, which means now we need to look to secure a second round pick to get our quarterback. Tennessee has the first pick in the second round. I was a little bit nervous that they were going to draft a quarterback, so I flipped that Miami pick along with another future draft pick to get theirs. And then with the first pick in the second round, we take our quarterback of the future. You can see the front office. Everyone's getting excited because it seems like we're pulling off an absolute masterclass this draft. And if you can't tell by the generic player face, Jackson Dart will be the quarterback of the future for the New Orleans Saints. Yes, Jalen Milroe and Carson Beck were still available, but I wanted to go a different route. You know, pick up Jackson Dart. He looks good on tape, man. He's got some pretty good performances, has some good stat lines as well. So we can definitely make him work, play for the New Orleans Saints, and see if we can get a depth trait upgrade. He is only a normal depth trait right now, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. He'll put together a good season and he'll be upgraded in no time. We have another pick in the second round now. I believe it is the 41st pick. And I had my eye on a couple of players, one of them being Danny Stutzman, the linebacker from Oklahoma. That left outside linebacker was a position we wanted to strengthen. Yeah, we did sign Devin Bush, but I feel like Stutzman and Carter, they could be kind of our young core as we develop through the years. Unfortunately for us, Stutzman was drafted by the Chicago Bears, which leaves Tyler Warren on the board. And honestly, man, this was a no-brainer. I'm kind of glad that Stutzman was drafted when he was, because it gave us the chance to kind of solidify what we needed to do. Bring Tyler Warren in. He would be a great weapon for Jackson Dart going forward. We'll secure our tight end position for the future. Right now we have Moreau and Ertz, but they're not our tight ends for the long run. They're just kind of bridge players right now. Tyler Warren will be that guy for us. He won the award for, I think, the most outstanding tight end in college football. The tape speaks for itself, man. He's an absolute stud. He only has a normal dev trait in Madden in this draft class, which I don't think it's fair. I will be bumping him up to a star dev. I think it's pretty fair. I mean, he put together an incredible season. He's the #1 tight end target in the upcoming NFL draft, and I'm pretty surprised that he fell in the second round, but I'm very happy with that. Now, the third round. I had a player in mind that I wanted to select. It would be Donovan Edwards, the running back from Michigan, but the Kansas City Chiefs had to spoil our parade. They ended up taking him with the first selection in the third round, so it came to a point then when I was like, you know what? Nobody's really catching my eye in the third round. None of these guys are necessarily playing positions that we need help in. I feel like our roster is pretty well rounded now. We selected the guys that we needed. So because we traded away our 2026 second round pick, I thought we could recoup that pick. Trading away our third, our fourth, and our sixth with the Bengals for their second. They accepted the deal. Now, of course, the second round pick from the Bengals will not necessarily be a super high draft pick or anything like that, but it's still better than, a third, fourth, and a fifth. We don't really need it. I'm very pleased with who we were able to get in this year's draft. And then here is a recap of that. Sure, it's only 3 players. It is what it is. But you know what? Abdul Carter, Tyler Warren, and Jackson Dart coming in, the 2 Penn State players and the Ole Miss quarterback. I mean, I feel like we have the pieces that we needed. We don't really need other filler players in the, mid 60s. Let's recoup that for a draft pick in the future. These guys are our rookies going into 2025, and I couldn't be happier. Went through some drills for the training camp. Jackson Dart getting some work in, along with Kendre Miller. I want him to get some upgrade points. He'll be RB1 for us this season. Hopefully he can grow. I'd be very happy with that. Tyler Warren getting some work in the end zone as well. He'll be a red zone threat for us. And Abdul Carter, unfortunately taking Jackson Dart out there, but he needed to get some points as well. McKinstry got cooked on the last drill, but he was able to secure gold. And then a surprise player here with Spencer Rattler getting some drills. Now, I know the Saints drafted Spencer Rattler and stuff like that, but I think for the sake of this franchise, it's nice to bring in a new rookie quarterback. I don't think it's fair to say that Rattler has necessarily shown what he can do in the NFL. I think there's still room for him to grow. It just won't be with the Saints right now. So I was looking around other rosters and I noticed that the New York Giants did absolutely nothing to address their quarterback situation. They have Cooper Rush, Trey Lance, and Stetson Bennett. I mean, it's an awful quarterback room. No offense to those guys, but it's just not going to work. So why not give them Rattler? I feel like he is actually a higher overall than anyone they have available. And in return, we'll get a third round pick. So we go Rattler in a fourth to the Giants for a third. So now in 2026, we have a second from Cincinnati. We have a third from the Giants. And we are looking good. And now that all of our business is taken care of, we can focus on the 2025 regular season, see what these rookies can do. And hopefully we can actually win a division title, make a push for the playoffs. I feel like we've put together a pretty good team here with the New Orleans Saints, but there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. So without further ado, let's get into the season, boys. So the 2025 season is here, and what better way to start it off than visiting Highmark Stadium and playing the Buffalo Bills. I myself am a Bills fan, so it's going to be tough, man. Josh Allen, I just hope he doesn't cook us, but I'm excited. It's a good start, so it looks like we are playing the AFC East in our cross-divisional matchup. Now, the season goal. I have high expectations for this team. Our goal is to make the playoffs. It's as simple as that, especially being in the NFC South. I definitely feel like it is there for the taking. And if you guys are excited for this series, smash that like button, hit subscribe to never miss an episode. I appreciate all the loves and support so far we've been getting on the channel. 2024 was a great year, and I'm super excited now to get us started in 2025. Had to take a little bit of a break, in between the holidays, New Year's and stuff like that. Then I got a bit sick. So it was a little bit of a break, but I'm back and ready to go. I haven't played Madden in a while, so I might be rusty. But my plan with this series right now is to play 1 full game per episode and then play the offense and then simulate one. So we'll be going through 3 games an episode, kind of a behind the scenes breakdown of what I'm thinking the videos will look like just based on my schedule and stuff like that. I don't want the series to, prolong a little bit too much. I know the Bears series, we're taking a break from that because it just felt like we're only 7 weeks into the season and it was just taking a while to get through it. And for me personally, I like playing with different teams in Madden franchise. So if I can kind of speed up that process with the limited time that I have to record, that's just how it's going to have to be. So 3 games per episode, 1 fully played, 1 maybe offense or defense only, and then 1 simulation. We'll kind of see how it goes. But I'm excited, man. I can't wait to see what we can do this season. I'm really happy with the roster that we've built. So without further ado, boys, let's take it to Highmark Stadium, take on the Buffalo Bills, and hopefully start the season off winning. This would be a huge game if we can do it. So let's go out there, play some good football. Let's try to get the job done. Come on, boys. Right now, my expectations for this game is to just put together a good performance with the rookies. You know, I'm not necessarily expecting to win it, which might be bad to say, but let's be honest here. We finished last place in the NFC South last year as Keon Coleman is able to shrug off his man there. What looked like a great play on defense turns out to nearly a 10-yard gain. But it's essentially first in the AFC East going up against last in the NFC South. The Buffalo Bills are championship contenders every season, so I just want some good performances from the rookies, man. That's really all it comes down to, just to get those building blocks going into the future and just see what we can do. Don't get me wrong, of course, we're going to be trying to win the game here, no doubt about that, but we have to have realistic expectations as well, boys. It's a play action, it's a quick throw. Keon Coleman is there, he burned his man, and Josh Allen looked like a little RPO there. Decides to throw it over the top to Keon Coleman, and he's just too big, too athletic, gets his hands on the ball, and the rest is history. What a throw by Josh Allen there. We nearly got a hand to it with McKinstry. I mean, look at that, fingertips away. But I mean, that's, I guess, what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback, is making those tight window throws. And the Buffalo Bills get on the board early, up 7-0 here, awaiting a Tyler Bass extra point. And that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, it's 2 different realities right now. You got the Buffalo Bills who are playing for a Super Bowl, and then you got the Saints who are rebuilding and just trying to get back into the playoffs. And it all starts right here, man. Jackson Dart making his debut in the NFL. The Ole Miss quarterback with the first selection in the 2nd round joins the New Orleans Saints. I'm excited, man. He's got great abilities. I feel like he can definitely grow into a nice quarterback here with the Saints. Will he reach Drew Brees' level? We can only hope. Time will tell. But if we can just put together the pieces, make life easier for him, I think he should have a good season. As Kendre Miller is going to take this one out wide, turns on the Jets. That's why I like him, man. I feel like he could definitely be a big player for us this season as well. We have a very young roster for the most part in terms of our skill position players. You know, rookie quarterback, rookie tight end, Chris Olave. He seems like he's the veteran of the group, and he's only been here for what, maybe 4 years now. So Kendre Miller stays on his feet, showing that strength. So not only does he have athleticism, he's got the power to go with it, and he secures a first down for us. So after back-to-back runs, we're going to go with a quick little play action here. And hopefully we can find Chris Olave in space. Jackson Dart throws it up, but the accuracy just isn't there. He's looking to the heavens because he knows that would have been his first touchdown in the NFL. On a play like that, that one's gonna hurt, man. Chris Olave did a great job to get open. We got the Bills defense off guard, and all Dart had to do was make that throw, and he just overthrows it. And then we get taken down, and it's 3rd and 12. I mean, when a play like that happens, it just completely deflates everything we had going. That should have been a touchdown, and instead now we're facing a 3rd and long. Jackson Dart, pressure comes in, gets hit as he throws, and that's going to do it for this drive, man. 4th and 12, it's time to punt, and we're still kicking ourselves for missing that throw. Jackson, you got to do better than that, man. Jackson Dart's going to have to clean that up. I think the main thing we want to focus on is his pass accuracy going forward. As Josh Allen just gets rid of that one quick, he just does so well to maneuver in the pocket. We don't have an answer for it right now. Come on, boys, let's send the pressure. Let's try to get to him. Got to make life difficult for him. Been too easy. Ball goes up. It's another quick pass to Keon Coleman. And he's still on his feet. Finally goes down, but not without a fight. Come on, boys. We need to stop here. We get some pressure, and there he is. Abdul Carter, the rookie edge rusher with his first sack of the season, of his NFL career. And you know he's going to remember that one. Getting one against Josh Allen. Does a great job of fighting off Deion Dawkins there. Gets to the QB, brings him down, which is not easy. And that is exactly why we selected him in the first round. He's the player that I wanted. We got him. And it looks like to be a great selection so far. Great play there from Abdul Carter. You love to see that. 2nd and 20 now, boys. Come on. We can't give up that play that we had there. Demario Davis tries to get there. The hit knocks it loose. Great job there by the veteran linebacker. Knocks the ball out of Curtis Samuel's hands. And all of a sudden, it's a 3rd and 20 now. Come on, boys. Let's keep Buffalo back. And let's try to get another chance to tie this one up. We're going to pass commit. Ball goes up. Curtis Samuel does a good job of cutting back inside. And a 3rd and 20, we blow it. Absolutely blow it. The Buffalo Bills convert, man. Come on. We need something here. It's a good route. And I mean, look at that pass. We have no answer for this offense whatsoever. Our defense is getting torched right now. I'm really hoping this is not a sign of things to come for this season. My aim was to make the playoffs. But it's not looking good so far. All right, Jackson Dart. We need to see something from you here, man. It's a quick pass off to Moreau. Just stay in bounds. What is he doing? Come on, EA. Why is he just beelining it for the sideline? He had all that space. All I have to do is just turn and go. And he runs out of bounds. Good play call, but just bad execution. We're going to run it here on 2nd and 7. Good blocking. There goes Kendre Miller. Fights forward. 3rd and inches. It's okay. We'll take it. Why not try to take another shot downfield? 3rd and inches. We'll go for it on 4th down if we don't convert here. We see Rashid Shaheed. Jackson Dart overthrows it again a little bit, but with the speed that Shaheed has, he was able to get there. And finally, we get a good conversion downfield. Jackson Dart showing off his arm strength. That does it for the first quarter. Can we finally get on the board here, boys? 1st and 10 at the 35. We get some good blocking. There goes Kendre Miller. Can he make a man miss? Yes, he does. Kendre Miller takes it to the house and makes a case as to why he should be RB1. Don't worry about losing Alvin Kamara in the offseason. Kendre Miller's got this. Great blocking up top. Takes it out wide. Makes a man miss with the juke move. And finds his way into the end zone. And finally, the New Orleans Saints are on the board. We get a touchdown back, 14-7. A good pass by Jackson Dart to get us downfield. And then Kendre Miller does the rest. Let's go, boys. That's more like it. And TJ Warren has a dislocated wrist. He's unable to return for this game, and we're going to have to see what that means for the season going forward. Sorry, not TJ Warren. I'm thinking of the NBA, Tyler Warren. Absolute heartbreak, boys. Just have to hope it's not a serious injury. Don't want to be losing our rookie tight end in the first game of the season. Demario Davis is there, and the user defense is on point. The veteran linebacker reads Josh Allen, and the New Orleans Saints aren't going down without a fight, boys. The veteran captain leader of this defense, Demario Davis, with the interception. We did a good job of reading that one. I saw the receiver kind of curling back in. Had to just cut him off. Great read, great interception, and we'll take it, man. Those are hard to come by when you're playing Josh Allen. We do a good job of making a count there. Now the offense needs to make a count. We have good field position. Got to try to get a touchdown here. Our offense is starting to click a little bit. We're going to go back to the ground here with Kendre Miller. Hopefully he can break free for another one. I almost got out wide, but Matt Milano, you know he's a good linebacker, and he gets there. Nearly broke free again. Let's go back to the ground. This time we're going to go out wide left. And Kendre Miller gets caught up in the backfield for a loss of 4. Teron Johnson is there. Just couldn't get around him. 3rd and 11 now. Send the man in motion. Jackson Dart's going to throw it up to Kendre Miller. Just not enough air behind it. The Bills get there. We're going to have to settle for a field goal. Kick goes up. Can we get it through the sticks? We do. It's unfortunate that the interception didn't translate into a touchdown. We still get some points on the board, and we cut it down to a 4-point game. Come on, boys. 1st and 10. We're going to use our Demario Davis again. It's a quick pass down the middle to Curtis Samuel. Easy reception for the 1st down. The Bills have been very pass heavy, and I don't blame them. They've been making it look pretty easy. It's into traffic, and the man is there. Demario Davis, the veteran, showing why he's coming back for another season. Says he ain't quitting just yet. That time it was all the CPU. I just saw a big buildup of traffic there. Not sure why Josh Allen decided to throw it there. But either way, he throws it into the traffic, and Demario Davis is there. What What is the CPU thinking? I'll take that all day. 2 interceptions on Josh Allen. Who would have thought? But man, oh man, we got to start talking about this Saints defense. We're going to try to pull off another play action here. Pressure's coming in. Olave's there. That's a good pass by Jackson Dart on the run. And we make our way downfield. Let's go, boys. Jackson Dart showing us what he can do, man. Throwing it on the run. He's got that strong arm. Kind of hints of Josh Allen, if I do say so myself. There goes Kendre Miller. Tries to pull off the spin move. Still gets 4. If we can get a score here and try to take as much time off the clock, we'll get the ball back to start the third quarter. We could set ourselves up real nice. There goes Kendre Miller. Does a good job. Fights forward 3rd and inches. Not bad at all. We're going to let the clock go down to the 2-minute warning here. And with it being 3rd and inches, you know it's time to take a shot downfield. I'm going to go for the play action. I see Shaheed there. He gets there. Tries to get the juke move. Wanted him to get in the end zone. Would have been Jackson Dart's first touchdown in the NFL. But it just wasn't meant to be. Let's see if we can pick it off here. I'm going to run this little motion play. Motion mesh play. We're going to fire it into Zach Ertz, the veteran tight end, is able to secure the catch. And Jackson Dart gets his first touchdown in the NFL. I know we could have just punched it in being at like the 2-yard line. But after a throw like that, I thought it'd be worth it to pay off Jackson. Get him a touchdown. And there we go, boys. The offense is starting to roll. We got those early struggles off our shoulders. Jackson Dart is looking a little bit more comfortable. Would have liked to take a little bit more time off the clock. With there being about 1:18 remaining, it's 17-14. So the Bills, I mean, who's to say they don't go down and score a touchdown of their own? I'm telling you, man, there's a reason why I have the expectations that I do. I feel like we've put together a good roster here, and we do another great job of reading Josh Allen. This time it's Werner. And the linebackers of the New Orleans Saints are taking over. Pete Werner gets an interception himself. And who knows, man, maybe we can get him a depth trade upgrade. He's only a normal right now, but he definitely feels a lot better than that. We did a great job of baiting Josh Allen into thinking Coleman was open, and our user defense is on point right now, boys. I feel like that's what we can lay our hat on right now, is that user defense with the linebackers. We can potentially walk away with a dub. Let's not get too excited. I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this one. Just nothing there, had to go out of bounds. Don't want to waste the field position here, boys. Come on, man. A touchdown here would be huge. Let's go. Pressure's coming in. We got to spill out. Rousseau's there. It's a good play. Wilson, though, gets hit, knocks the ball out. And just not much there. The pressure came in, and once again, we're going to have to settle for a field goal. It's not ideal. But again, we are getting the ball back to start the third quarter. So we have a potential to extend our lead, but man, oh man, this defense is cooking right now. Let's see what we can do. It's a pass right down the middle. Good play there. We really didn't have an answer for that. 23 seconds left. It's in the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Keon Coleman gets his hands on it. Josh Allen finds him again. Is that his second touchdown of the game? I think it is, if I remember correctly. McKinstry right now has no answer for Keon Coleman, who's looking like he's emerging wide receiver 1 for the Bills. And just like that, the Buffalo Bills regain the lead. We were unable to make the interceptions count, just putting up field goals. We really could have blown this game out of the water early on, but the Buffalo Bills claw right back into it. They take the lead 21-20. We have a couple more chances here to get down the field and at least get into reasonable field goal range. Pressure's coming in though, and we get sacked. We get taken down. Not what you want to see. Get pushed back all the way to the 50-yard line. Call a timeout. 2 seconds left. It's going to be a long one. 61-yarder coming up for Groupie. The wind is on our side though. Not sure if that's enough power. No, it doesn't even get there. Not even close. What a brick of a kick. It was always going to be tough to try to walk into Buffalo and get a win. But we're doing a good job. Great blocking there by Moreau. We get around the corner. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far from our run game. We're getting the blocking when we need it, and Kendre Miller is making the most of the space. Let's go, boys. 1st and 10 at the 45. Let's see if we can put something together here. Rashid Shaheed's going with the speed. Great move on that drag route, man. He's just so fast. 5 catches for 114. Maybe we can get him a dev trade upgrade as well. But the way I'm calling the plays right now is basically just off of the coach suggested plays. Not really running, you know, like a custom playbook or anything like that. We tried to squeeze into the space. The ball's loose. Can we recover it? The Bills get to it. And are we going to get that call overturned now or no? Right now, the Bills are celebrating. There was a bit of a gap there. We just couldn't cut back inside. And watching the replay here, no, the ball was knocked loose well before Kendre Miller was down on the ground. So this one's going to stand. And unfortunately, we start the third quarter with a fumble. But again, it is what it is, man. I'm not going to be too tough on the boys. You know, the expectations simply just to, you know, put together a good season. McKinstry's caught flat-footed, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing from him at all so far this game. Keon Coleman's cooking him. He's caught flat-footed. I mean, this is not good. I have a lot of expectations for the second-year corner coming in to the season, but there's no excuse for that. He's flat-footed way back there. I mean, I know that's part of the EA logic and Madden and whatever you want to call it, but I mean, you got to do better than that, McKinstry. Honestly, boys, we're just going to go for it. I know this might be a dumb thing to do, but we're down by 8. So we're just going to go for it. And yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Scratch that one from the record. And there go the Bills. Khalil Shakir is making his way, and it's a touchdown. It's a one-play touchdown. Oh, man. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. We had some good momentum, and that fumble just flipped the game on its head. Stupid call to go on it on 4th down, but we were down by 8. I mean, I know there's still time left in it, but our defense hasn't really done anything. And I mean, yeah, we forced 3 interceptions, but then it's that balance of can our offense make it count? And we're a young team right now. We got a lot of rookies. We lost Tyler Warren, who was supposed to be one of our main weapons on offense. And I mean, that's just how it goes. Just like that, it's a 15-point game. And I think it's fair to say that's all she wrote, boys. We're just going to sim our way through the end, boys. 38-41. Yeah, it turned into a blowout. 20-44. Buffalo Bills take care of business as expected. We made it somewhat competitive in the first half and then just lost it all in the second half. The fumble, the questionable call on our 4th down, and it is what it is, man. You know what? We'll give the Buffalo Bills that win. Let them try to make another push for the Super Bowl. And we saw good flashes, right? It was there. You know, Jackson Dart had some good plays and stuff like that. Abdul Carter had a sack. You love to see it. But we've got a lot of work to do here. I mean, that was ugly. Josh Allen, 457 yards, 73% completion, and 5 touchdowns. We got cooked. All that matters, though, is that it looked competitive in the first half, boys, and we can hang our hat on the fact that our defense forced turnovers. Jackson Dart had some good plays. And we'll continue to build, man. We'll continue to build going forward. The Buffalo Bills, I feel like in terms of like the level of competition, they're probably one of the best teams that will play all year long. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You can't get caught up on that. We got to put that week behind us as we turn our attention to week 2, the home opener against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for this game, I'm going to try it out. I think we're just going to play the offense only. And then week 3 against the Seahawks, we'll probably just sim that. Or maybe I'll play defense only. We'll see how it goes, boys. We'll kind of find a formula that works as we progress through the season. We have some storylines, man. I don't know, boys. Let me know what you guys think. In terms of development traits, I know some of these storylines I think maybe are linked to that, or you get more XP. Should we set out personal goals ourselves? So for example, if Jackson Dart gets to, I don't know, 3,500 yards, we'll give him a dev trade upgrade, or like 25 passing touchdowns as a rookie, something like that to give him a boost, or maybe we can update his overall, or do we just leave it and just kind of let the universe play out as it may? Let me know down in the comments below. So good news though, Tyler Warren is back, so his injury was not significant. He just missed that Bills game, but he's back for week 2. The morale is down. The boys are definitely not happy about that blowout loss to the Bills, and I don't blame them. I think that's a good sign that they're not happy about it, but hopefully we can put together a better performance here in week 2. Let's take a look at the defense as well. Yeah, they're not happy. But I mean, hey, it's a long season, boys. It's a long season. We had some good flashes there. I think we can definitely make a push for the playoffs this year. Listen, boys, this season, I have a feeling we're going to have a short memory. It's as simple as that. Just take the good and move on from the bad. At the end of the day, this was a last place team last year, so we can only go up from here. And it starts right now with a divisional matchup against the Buccaneers, where we will be playing the offense only. So it's up to us to make sure we put points on the board, and hopefully the CPU can help us out on the defensive side of things. Let's get it, man. It's our home opener, season opener. Let's get it going. Or not season opener, our home opener. Looks like, I believe the Saints, or the Bucs rather, yeah, they had the ball and there was a turnover. So our defense steps up big, gets us some great field position, and now we just need to make it count. Tyler Warren is wide open. Jackson Dart gets it to him, and the rookies connect. First touchdown for Tyler Warren, a touchdown for Jackson Dart, and that's exactly how you want to start the game, boys. Defense gets us great field position, and we pay them back. I thought that one was going to go wide. I'm not going to lie. I thought Jackson Dart was about to miss him, but Tyler Warren gets there, and I want these guys to develop some chemistry, man. They are going to be a dynamic duo for us, and the New Orleans Saints get things started with the first touchdown of the game. Defense comes up pretty clutch once again, only giving up a field goal. We're going to try to cut out, but we just get caught up in the bodies. No gain on the play there for Kendre Miller. I still believe in him, man. I feel like he's definitely good enough to be the first option for us at that running back position, as we only get 3 on the play there. Not ideal. I made a change to the playbook as well. We're actually going with the Bears playbook. I just feel like from the Bears franchise, I really like this offense. I'm very familiar with it. And Tyler Warren goes up and snags it. I mean, when you have somebody like him, it doesn't matter what plays you run. Goes up one-on-one against the smaller defender, and he made that one look easy. Look at that, going up with one hand. Man, oh man, what a steal he could potentially be for us. A second-round pick with the abilities of being a first-round superstar. Let's keep it going, man. We're going to run this little RPO, and we are going to run it. As Kendre gets about 6 on the play. Not bad at all. Had 76 last week with a touchdown. Like to see more of the same here. We're going to go back to the ground. As I said, you know, a good run game is a rookie quarterback's best friend. 3rd and inches, not bad, and I think this could potentially be a good chance for us to try to take a shot downfield here. So we're going to call the play action. Allow the routes to develop. Shaheed is open. He hangs on. Good catch made there. You'd like him to get a little bit more separation, given that he's got all that speed. But still, it was enough. Jackson Dart fires it in. And the offense is looking good, man. We're starting to click right now, and you love to see it. It's unfortunate that it didn't happen for us against the Bills, but better late than never, as Kendre Miller only gets 2 on the play. Time is winding down here in the first quarter. We're going to take it on the ground once again. We get some good blocking, but the linebacker is able to help out. Only get a few on the plays. 3rd and 5 now. But with it being 3rd and 5, this is an ideal situation for us to call the screen play rather. We get enough on it there. Good move by Kendre Miller, and he's in for a touchdown. Let's go, boys. Jackson Dart did a great job to get rid of that one. I mean, he was about to go down. The pressure got to him, still got it off in time. And then Kendre Miller made a man miss. Walked into the end zone. You love to see that. I mean, he's got the juke moves, man. He pulled one off against the Bills. Did it here now against the Saints. He's good in the run game. He's a great option in the pass game as well. We got something cooking here. Defense once again steps up big time. I mean, this is unbelievable. I know our defense looked good for a bit there against the Bills, but they're taking it to another level here as the pressure just comes in. We had nothing there. The holes closed down. Maybe we could have bounced out to the left. 2nd and 11. We're not going to go away from the run game just yet, but maybe we should, because there's just absolutely nothing going right for us right now. Let's go, boys. We need a big conversion here. Tyler Warren is wide open. Jackson Dart finds him, and the tight end makes his way into the end zone. I mean, this guy is an absolute stud. 2 touchdowns for him on the night already. Pulls off that corner route to perfection. That time Jackson Dart's able to get enough on it to send it out just out of reach of the defenders. And Tyler Warren is becoming a household name here in New Orleans. The Bucs get one back as it's 21-10 now. But boys, we are looking like a completely revamped offense right now. Had to change the playbook. It is what it is, man. All that matters is that we're looking good, we're making plays, and we're putting up touchdowns. 2nd and 5, we're on the ground. Tried to hit a little juke move there. The stats aren't looking the greatest right now for Kendre Miller. 22 rushes on 10 attempts. But we're not going to go away from it. We call that little screen there. Good job by Wilson. Great blocking. And Jackson Dart is having himself a night. 118, 3 touchdowns already in this first half. Could he potentially be one of the steals of the draft? I mean, I feel like we have both. Tyler Warren and Jackson Dart both selected in the 2nd round. Pressure comes in. Dart goes down. Diaby gets a sack. It's 2nd and 20. I mean, we just had no time to do anything there whatsoever. I was going to hit Warren on that corner route, but we just didn't have any time to allow it to develop, and I shouldn't have made that pass. As soon as I released it, I knew it was going to be intercepted. I thought Shaheed was open. Pressure came in, forced a bad read, and Whitehead gets the interception. The Bucs get good field position, and they make it count. Yeah, we got Kendre Miller on that little zag route. I love that route, boys. One of the best routes in the game. We're going to call a timeout with 15 seconds remaining. If we can at least march down the field, get a field goal, we'll extend our lead to 7. Which would be good considering we are getting the ball back at halftime. Let's see if we can test out Jackson Dart's arm. He throws an absolute missile to Olave, but it just wasn't enough. Man, oh man, was that one close. But now with 7 seconds remaining, we don't really have a lot of time to do anything. If we can get this one to Warren, we do. 1 second left. You got to go out of bounds. Time hits 0. So it was a great play. Don't get me wrong, but just the clock was against us. And that's going to do it for the first half. But Tyler Warren and Jackson Dart are beginning to really create a connection. We didn't see any of it in the first game against the Bills because Warren went down with an injury. But man, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. But of course, it's nice when you have somebody like Tyler Warren to be a reliable target. We're going to throw this one to Shaheed. Not a great pass, but it worked out in the end. It was behind him. We were able to make our way back to the trajectory of the ball with Rashid Shaheed. He gets a nice catch there, and people will say it was an accident. Jackson Dart will say it was on purpose. Let's go, man. 1st and 10 at the 38. We're running it here. There goes Kendre Miller. Gets 6 on the play. Much more productive that time. I know we only have a narrow 4-point lead, but we're going to call the screenplay. If we get blocking, we do. Kendre Miller's off to the races. And there he goes. Big time conversion on 4th down. You got to go for it sometimes, boys. 11 of 15, 207, and 3 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. He's having a great game. The boys are showing up right now in front of their home fans. 1st and 10, boys. I see Shaheed. Jackson Dart sees him as well. And Shaheed sees the end zone. 4th touchdown on the night for Jackson Dart. Rashid Shaheed shows the speed. Gets free of his defender. Finds his way into the end zone. And that was a picture-perfect pass thrown there by Jackson Dart. Going for it on 4th pays off. And the Saints extend their lead with another touchdown to start the 3rd quarter. Let's go. Let's see. We're going to audible Shaheed into a corner route there. We're actually just going to take the dump down to Warren. Why not? 4th and 5. I think we're going to go for it once again, boys. We're going to get aggressive here. We're at the 47. Our defense has done a really good job of making plays, and this one's going to come back to hurt. Broken play from the beginning. I wanted the bubble screen there, but the defense stayed with Shaheed, and then we ended up running on 4th and 5. That's never a good idea. And I really hope that one doesn't come back to bite us. The Bucs get a touchdown. They miss the extra point. We're in the 4th quarter now. I definitely, want to play it a little bit smart here. I feel like we should have just punted it away. We had a nice lead. We're getting a little bit too carried away here, going for it on 4th. We're going to compete with Dan Campbell for most aggressive on 4th down. Good blocking there. Okay, I get 3 on the play. I feel like we should have got a lot more there. Kendre Miller's down. No, he's okay, though. It looked like in that sequence there that he was holding like his hamstring or something. But he's all right. 3rd and 4. We're going to fire this one into Wilson. I really like Wilson as a slot receiver, man. He's really good on those quick, short routes. We're going to run it again. Attack the gap, and there we go. Come on, Kendre. Gets forward. 3rd and 1 now. Not bad at all. We're just going to take it on the ground, right down the middle, and just secure the fresh set of downs. We're going to use the clock to our favor. Halfback dive right down the middle. There goes Kendre Miller. Just hold on to the ball, man. Do not fumble it. Last time against the Bills, he fumbled it, and it kind of shifted all the momentum. That time, though, he does a good job to hold on, takes the hit. We're going to pass it now. 1st and 10. Fired into Shaheed. He's open. There we go. Let's go, boys. Marching down the field. Jackson Dart looking like a seasoned vet right now. Let's just continue this, man. More of the same. Kendre Miller's wide open. Take that check down, man. Nothing spectacular, and it turns out to be a great play as we get about 15 on the play. That's what I'm talking about, man. This feels good right here. That game against the Bills, it was the first game. There was nerves. There was a new playbook. This right here, man, this feels good. We're marching down the field. We're putting together some good plays, integrating the run and the pass, the play action. It's looking good, man. 1st and 10. We still have some work to do, though. It's not over just yet. We cut inside. Good job by Kendre Miller to stay on his feet. 20 rushes for 50 yards. He's putting in work right now, no doubt about that. 2nd and 6. We're forcing the Bucs to use their timeouts. Kendre Miller gets going. Let's go, man. 1st and goal. We're going to take it on the ground. Go out wide with Kendre Miller. He gets into the end zone, and he well deserves that touchdown. 100%, man. Wasn't an easy game on the ground. He was getting beat up a lot. 22 rushes for about 60 yards or so, maybe like 55. But he gets a touchdown to seal the deal. Got one through the air as well. 23-35, 10 seconds left. The game is over, and your New Orleans Saints pick up the dub at home. I know that was the offense only, but I hope it was still an enjoyable game. We're going to try to integrate some of that as we progress in the season. But that's more like it, man. Our offense looked really good there. A little bit more familiar with the playbook, which helps. Not familiar with the Saints one at all, but Jackson Dart, he looked good, man. Made some great plays. Tyler Warren is an absolute stud. I feel like we can be very dangerous here, man. No doubt about that. Great game. Just a quick look at the stats. Jackson Dart, 16 of 20, 271, 4 touchdowns. The one unfortunate interception, that was a bad read by me, but a great game, man. I feel like this was definitely he marked his position in the NFL, whatever that's supposed to mean. But a great game from him nevertheless. We look at the rushing. Only a 2.7 average for Kendre Miller. Like I said, he was getting beat up a lot. Still had the one touchdown, though, on the ground. And then he had one through the air as well. Tyler Warren is making a case for being potentially Offensive Rookie of the Year. 4 catches for 118 and 2 touchdowns. Rashid Shaheed is our vertical threat. Wilson, great job inside as our slot receiver. Nothing from Olave. It's unfortunate, but all the other guys picked up the slack. And then I want to take a look at the defense. Demario Davis with another interception. So he's got 3 on the season already. The 13-year NFL veteran is turning back the clock. Paulson Adebo, you love to see that, getting himself an interception as well. Great job there. And how about sacks? How did we do there? Granderson with 1.5, Brissy with 1, Onwuzurike with 1, and then Abdul Carter half a sack. So let's go, man. I mean, that's definitely more like it, man. Offense was clicking. I'm happy with how the defense performed with the CPU. I mean, great stuff on display in that second game. Quick look at the weekly awards. Demario Davis, Defensive Player of the Week, 6 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble as well. I mean, our defense stepped up big time. We had a lot of turnovers. I guess we had some great field position for our offense there. I'm surprised that Jackson Dart didn't win Offensive Player of the Week, as we can set up our regional scouting focus here. So let's go ahead and do that quickly, because we want to make sure we continue to scout well and draft well. So for the West region, we're going to look at defensive ends. There we go. Central, our focus will be the outside linebacker. Northeast, I would say we could probably do cornerbacks. Our safeties are pretty set going forward. And then Southeast, we'll do an edge rusher as well. Not bad at all, boys. And Abdul Carter earns himself an upgrade. You love to see that. So we're going to continue to improve his speed rusher ability. He's a scheme fit. I mean, attributes are going up. 77 overall as a rookie, 21 years old. This guy is going to be a cornerstone piece for us going forward. Really happy we were able to get him in the draft. What I think I might try to do for the 3rd and final game per episode is just play the moments. We'll see what this feature looks like. I've never tried it before, but we only play the crucial plays. So we'll see what that kind of looks like, and maybe it'll be a good fit, as I do want to get through 3 games per episode, and this is kind of the best way to do that. So why not? Let's try it out. But we're now traveling to Seattle, and once again, it's a tough road environment. We had Highmark Stadium first, now we have Lumen Field. The fans are rowdy, ready to go. The 12th man is in attendance. And it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be another kind of one of those checkpoint games for us where we can assess and see how we do against the rest of the league. I'm glad that we're playing in the NFC South because I feel like we can definitely make up some games there. But whenever we have to play outside of that, it's going to be tough. But nevertheless, man, let's see what this looks like. So, I mean, I guess we're just starting off on offense. I believe our defense forced a punt. So let's see what that looks like. We're going to hand it off to Kendre Miller here. Goes forward, gets about 2 yards on the play. I mean, I guess this is a defining moment or a crucial moment because it is the first drive of the game. We're just going to step up with Jackson Dart, but just no acceleration at all on display there. There's a huge gap that opened up. I tried to run through with it, but Jackson Dart, I guess his speed and acceleration just isn't the greatest. As we're going to go out wide, we find Kendre Miller. He drops the ball. Come on, man. I've been hyping this guy up all season long as him being a great, player for us to take that starting position at running back, but he goes out and does something like that, drops the ball, and that's not going to cut it. We're continuing to the next moment here. It looks like it's a big third down. Let's see what that looks like. Hassan Reddick is in the game, and we're actually going to user him. He goes around. We get a sack. Let's go. I think Granderson, that is. Yes, it is. Gets a sack, and the big moment pays off. We force Seattle to kick a field goal. They are going to take the lead as it's been kind of slow out of the gates for us on offense. But a huge stop on third down there with the defense. We're going to continue on to the next moment here. It's a third down for the offense this time. We're going to call a screen pass. One of my go-tos on third down. There we go. Get some good blocking. There goes Kendre Miller. Takes a hit. Stays on his feet. We're able to convert there. And now that we're in the red zone, we're going to take over. We had some really good red zone success last time out against the Bucs. Hopefully we can replicate that here. I see Wilson going into the corner. Stay in bounds, man. His toe touches the line, and unfortunately he steps out of bounds. Tried to get him to cut back. Just wasn't enough. We're going to call this little bubble screen play at the goal line to Chris Olave. Get inside. Yes, he does. And the New Orleans Saints are marching down the field, man. That's what I'm talking about. I really like that bubble screen there as well. Chris Olave gets an easy one. And the New Orleans Saints, man, they're making a case. Well, actually, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say we're making a case to be one of the best in the NFC. You can't say that when you get blown out by 24 against the Bills. All right, let's just take it one game at a time. Good play there by Olave. So it's another third down situation here. And we are going to send a blitz. It's a pass right down the middle. And the tight end Fant gets there. Geno Smith hooks up with him. We're just going to skip that moment there. And we're going to play this red zone moment now at the 13. Need a big time play here, boys. I see Shaheed. He's wide open. Turn on the Jets. He's in the end zone. When he gets in on a mesh route like that, a quick drag underneath, and he can get some time to kind of get his speed going. I mean, it's a touchdown all day long. We get some good protection there inside the pocket. We allow Shaheed to get in space. And we're just going to continue to skip these moments as the Seahawks get a touchdown there. Third down, we're going to skip it this time, and we actually have to punt it away. And whenever we're not playing, it looks like our team isn't doing well. It's 14-28, and I think that does it for the crucial moments. I didn't want to play every single one. I wanted to see what the team could do in the simulation. But I think my answer is there not much. They can do not much is the answer. So it's another road loss, 14-28. I mean, we look good when we were on the sticks, but the team couldn't get it done in the simulation. That's just how it's going to be. But you know what? At least to provide some parity for the season, we're not going to be, winning every single game, which I think would get boring. We have our work cut out for us, man. We're going to have to climb to the top. And so far, after 3 games, we're 1-2 on the season. So boys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Saints franchise in Madden 25. I hope you guys enjoyed. For this week, it's only going to be 1 upload. We'll continue the 2 uploads per week starting next episode. Had to get everything sorted out for this first episode, but I think we found a formula that works. 1-2 on the season, not ideal. But you know what, man? If you want to get to the top, it won't look pretty right away. We're going to have our work cut out. We're going to have to grind, build a good roster, and eventually we will be competing for championships. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, peace.